Hey, what's up, guys? Sean here with the Hound. Hope everyone's doing well. So this is our Monday currency market checkup here. As you guys know, we take a look at the specifically fancy serial numbers because that's what's hot right now. I've been doing this for, I would say, about a month and a half, 2 months, and people love it. You know, people want to know what they can make as far as the money's concerned when they sell these on the secondary market. So just like my pocket change market report, we're trying to focus in on notes that are raw, ungraded, generally grading anything at all, whether it's piece of currency or coins. That adds in maybe an unneeded expense. So if you guys are simply looking to make a kind of like a passive income doing this, keep that in mind. Again, there's only a small, very micro percentage of notes, especially in the fancy serial number realm, that's deserved of grading. And generally, those are going to be your ladder notes, like your 1 to 8s, 1 to 7s, or whatever, things like that, and solids. And those are going to be the two premier pieces of currency. It may be, low serial numbers, anything under like maybe 10 single digits, are always worthwhile to grade. So if you had a serial number 1 of a $1 bill, I mean, that's awesome. That's going to be a note that, especially in much higher grades, is going to be worth a ton of money. But we're going to take a look at about the last day and a half to 2 days of activity. Today is June 12th. This is the oldest note that you see here. That ended actually 11 p.m. on the 10th. So we don't have much in the way of June 10th activity. A lot of stuff within just the last 24 hours, okay, which bodes very well. It used to be that I had to deep dive into about 5 to 7 days of activity to come away with about 20 strong candidates for the list. And just in one fell swoop, we got 24 hours of activity and about 20 different notes. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The idea is that you're going to go to the bank, you're going to buy some bank straps. You're just going to buy as many notes as you can, go through them all, and then whatever you don't find or whatever you have left as a result of this activity, you're just going to take it back to the bank. All right, pretty simple. You're really playing with house money at this point, and that's, I think, the big driver to this whole thing. It makes it very appealing to do this, even as kind of like a little side gig, to your regular job. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's see what we got. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Appreciate all the views and support. So we have actually a relatively new 2017 $5 bill. This is what we generally call as just a generic repeater, where you have 4 numbers repeated over twice on the same serial number. The seller even threw in a few other kind of keywords. They use trinary, which designates any 3 numbers in a serial number. In this case, 2s, 7s, and 0s. So we got 2700 here. The note is in phenomenal shape. It looks like it was fresh out of a BEP strap. You can see there's no visible folds or anything of that sort. Pretty decent sale here. Again, when we're talking kind of like easier to find, lower end of the totem pole type fancy serial numbers, repeaters, like the 4-digit style repeaters, radars, also called palindromes, and binaries, which are 2 numbers repeated over or, just kind of jumbled in a serial number. But we're going to focus in on just the prices. Keep in mind that these sellers do charge shipping. So generally you'll want to add that into the cost of the item because that's how much it's going to cost to obtain it. So $21.50 with 4 bids is what we have here. Again, be mindful of the denomination. You don't want to actively look for these type of heavy hitters on like 20s, 50s, 100s, because the much higher face value indicates that you're not going to make nearly as much profit, if any. So you have to be careful. eBay charges a really stiff 13% fee for sellers. And, if you sell a $100 bill with maybe this same serial number here, and maybe you sell it for $120, you got to take about $15 off the top to compensate for the sale on eBay. If you could sell it on any other platform, that'd be more ideal. The next one that we have here is a 2017 $1 bill that has a binary serial number. It's a very attractive, very appealing note. This one ended up selling for $22.50. And what we have here are 3s and 8s. But what I like most about this is that you have all of the 3s grouped together, 5 in a row, and then you have the 3 8s. Now, as far as the most desirable numbers that collectors want to see, 1s, 7s, and 8s are always the top billing. 7s and 8s because of their luckiness, and then 1 has always been a popular number for really no reason. People tie it into numerology and angel numbers and things like that. A little word of note for condition, there is a little bit of a top margin tear right here on this one, so if you're not looking at that, you'll probably miss that one there. So the note has some general circulation wear. Nothing too crazy. It's just going through the paces of today's commerce. So there you go, $22.50. If this was on a $5 bill, you'd still sell it for $22.50. If it was on a 10, you might even sell it still for $22.50. You guys get the big picture. The next one that we have here, it's actually a really neat one. I like this. This is a 2017A $1 bill that has 7 of a kind 8s with a 1 right in the middle. So you have 2 of the most desirable numbers by collectors. It's 7 of a kind and not 7 in a row because you don't have all the numbers grouped together. You have that interrupter in the middle. But this one was actually sold as a buy it now listing. $50.88. This thing could have gotten a whole heck of a lot higher. I'd say they probably left about $30 on the table with this sale. Some people were a little gun shy or scared to do the just start at $1 and let it fly type bids or type auctions. And I'm telling you guys this: have no fear of doing that with these kind of notes. As long as you're taking great photos and your title is very specific, deliberate, with all of the major keywords that are currently being used in the hobby for fancies, and even things like this, it's going to be fine. You just have to take the leap of faith and know that it's going to be okay. They're trying to price protect this by acknowledging that, hey, we're not going to take less than $50 for this thing. So this is where we're going to kind of start things out at, or just do a buy it now. Next one that we have here, we don't talk about palindromes or radars that often because, again, they're a little bit on the lower end of the totem pole, and some of them don't really look that good visually. This one is just okay to me. It's a $10 bill. 2017 is the date on there, and this one ended up selling for $15. Keep in mind, that's with 10 bids. Keep in mind, the denomination of the note is a $10 bill. For those of you that don't know what a radar is, the first 4 numbers in the serial number is going to read the exact same way in mirrored fashion for the other half of the serial number. So it's 5441 1445. But anyways, if this was on a $1 bill, you would expect the same amount of value for this note right here. So next one that we have here, another good one. It's a 2017 series $1 bill. Like it a lot. Very nice condition too. The seller mentions Crips and Bloods. Actually, Crisp, I think, is what they were going for here. Crisp AU+++. So they're kind of saying that's pretty close to being crisp and circulated. In any event, it sold for $99.88 with 23 bids. So we'll just call it a C note here. So that's a pretty good magic trick. Turning a $1 bill into a $100 bill is what we all strive to do. you could do it here with this note. This is what they call a super repeater. So you have two numbers repeated over 4 times across the serial number. So 0, 3, and all the way across. What's also cool is you have the same letter for the prefix and suffix to round things out. I think visually, that's just a very attractive look on this note. When we look at the reverse, I mean, I don't know. This thing looks to be crisp uncirculated. There might be a shallow centerfold. You could see it here under the O and dollar. Kind of hard to tell, sometimes. But yeah, this is one of the more desirables. Again, this is a note that you don't necessarily have to grade unless you were going to maybe keep it for yourself, or maybe if you had a really crazy super repeater number like 01 all the way across, or 78 or 87 or something to that effect. But yeah, overall, this is just looks good the way it is. So coming up next, we have a 2013 $1 bill. This one was being pitched and promoted as being a low serial number, and it's fine. 4 leading zeros, and it's a 4-digit low serial, 1352. Me personally, and I probably can speak for a lot of the hardcore fancy serial number folks, they prefer to see 5 leading zeros, and that's where kind of like your gravy is going to be at here with this note. The note is circulated, no frills, and this one right here ended at a buy it now of $30. All right, and they do have $6 for ship. All right, so that's that one there. Now here's what I consider to be a true low serial number. Serial number 230 ended up selling for $112.57 with 15 bids. That is an exceptional sale. The note has to be in pretty decent shape, and I did see that they say that this is a miscut. Which, yeah, it's a little bit high. It's got a very thin top margin. It's 2003 series, so a few years old. And the note is in decent shape. It's probably more like maybe a VF-XF condition. It's got some paper wave. It's got a centerfold, things like that. But again, sometimes condition doesn't really matter too much. Excellent condition's fine. It's about as generic as you could get, and it's fine using things like that. But if a note, and we've seen a few of them today already, the one with the top margin tear, and then the previous note, which are pretty well circulated, I probably wouldn't say excellent condition, because it just kind of skews the perception that it is, XF or higher. But this is a really good sale, and that's only for a 3-digit, folks. Can you imagine what a 2-digit low serial number would go for? Here's another good one right here. 2013 $1 bill. I kind of feel like this one undersold a little bit, but it might just be because of the grade. So this one here ended up selling for $50, and it's 7 of a kind 8s with a 5 interrupter. There you go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that one's about $50. This one's had a pretty hard life. But great save, by the way, whoever found this one. I wouldn't spend this for the world, even in this condition. So there you go, $50 bill. So again, nice magic trick there, converting a dollar bill to a 50. We have another nice low serial number. Okay, so now we're getting into crazy kind of like high denom territory. This is a $20 bill. It is a star note. All right, any sort of fancy serial number on a star note traditionally garners some sort of premium. This one right here is serial number 711, like the store. And it ended up selling for $65 with 4 bids. And I think that's fine. Could have gone a little bit higher. It does have a top ink teller mark right there, top margin, which is always a buzzkill, for notes that are, this attractive. But yeah, aside from that, again, another great catch. I wouldn't necessarily spend this thing because it's a $20 bill. By no means would I ever do that, because I'd rather take the $65 for it. Next one here, we have another super. They call it super binary. That's fine, but the term that's been used for years is super repeater. Again, 3/8 repeated 4 times across the serial number. This is a 2006 series, so a little bit older. $52 was the sale price, 19 bids. And when we look at this one, yeah, pretty well circulated. So it sold for the correct amount of money. Looks like there could be a little bit of a margin tear or just a really hard fold. Kind of hard to say from these photos. Yeah, I don't see a tear, I don't think. Oh, actually, it might be a tear. Yeah, I had to move that picture there a little bit. But in any event, that is what we're looking at here on this super repeater, $52. So again, do not toss these things away. That's still a really good sale for that. We got another $20 bill. However, this note looks to be in much better shape compared to the. Actually, it might be the same. Kind of hard to say. This one is 7 of a kind sevens. All right, one of your big hitter serial numbers. $82 was the sale price on this one. 21 bids. So as you can see, a lot of these listings that are coming up during this report are all organically bid. All right, they're save for maybe a few, 2 or 3 of them that are buy it now listings. So there is a really strong market for these currently. Okay, yeah, this one has circulation wear. All right, so you could tell probably a low NVF. It's kind of weak edge splits here, right in the middle where the middle fold is. So again, that doesn't help with the eye appeal department. The serial numbers take the edge off for sure. Again, I wouldn't spend this because it's a 20. We have a true binary, folks. We have zeros and ones on this $1 bill. It's a 2013, and this sold for a penny shy of $42 with 9 bids. When we take a look at the note, you can see the zeros and ones. True binaries are zeros and ones. Regular, just generic binaries are any other 2 numbers. 3s, 8s, 2s, 9s, things like that. So yeah, note's in pretty good shape. This is one of the better looking ones thus far. And again, yeah, $42 sale. I'm okay with that on that one there. Here's our first really nice looking just regular repeater on this $1 bill. Yeah, you could say 6 of a kind zeros, and then there's a little bit of over inking and under inking. It's kind of a weird note. It's got a lot of things going on with it, and because of all of these X factors, this one brought it up to $111.50 with 20 bids. So very, very nice oddity here for a fancy serial number collector, and that is an incredibly attractive serial number. 8,000, baby. Pretty cool. Really, really cool note. So yeah, that's a very strong sale for just a regular repeater, binary repeater, 6 of a kind zeros, whatever you want to pitch this one as. If you're putting in all the keywords, you'll do fine. And that one has a ton of them. Here's our first super radar. Super radars are like regular radars, except the middle 6 numbers are all the same number. And then you have bookends that are the same. This is on a 2013 $2 bill. Outstanding. $43 sale here with this one. 16 bids strong. A little close-up of the note. Shows some circulation wear. We do see some folds, unfortunately, as that stain there on the left. That you don't want to wash or press these notes because it's going to kill the value of these. But there you go. That's one of my favorite back designs of a piece of currency today. So again, very nice strong sale here at $43. The next one that we have here, another 20. Okay, so case in point, this is a sad sale on a supreme looking note. 7 of a kind 4s on this raggedy looking, and it's a $20 bill too. $24.99. This person, after they've processed everything, probably made about $2. And that sucks. That really does. But there you go. That's what the note looks like. A lot of hard folds. Serial number is awfully nice, although fours are not that popular for collectors or numerology experts, I guess. Well, numerology experts don't really care about the popularity about a number. They study patterns and all that stuff with all numbers. So, yeah, I mean, aside from that, very cool note. This is a hard one. If I would have this one, knowing that it sold for this little, and they have really good feedback. They're a very big seller on this platform. Yeah, that's just a tough one. It's a very unfortunate sale too, and it's sold in a great time of the day, almost 6 o'clock in the evening. I don't know. Next one that we have here, kind of hard to compare the two because this one pales in the comparison to the $20 bill we just looked at. It's a dollar bill. It's a 2017A. 4-digit repeater, so 7114 times 2. And this one sold for $30. Yeah, that's a little salty. The note's in great shape, pretty good shape. And yeah, this one sold for more than that previous note. Here's another true binary. This time we have something that's sold for a best offer. I believe this was $80 when I checked 130 point. And it's a 2017 $1 bill. This one has a little bit of circulation wear, but you can see the ones and zeros. It ends in 4 zeros, which normally the notes that end in 4 zeros and 4 nines are generally pulled out of the run and replaced by star notes. For whatever reason, the BEP normally pulls that out and keeps them or does something with them, but sometimes a few of them will sneak out like this. There you go. It does have a centerfold, a nice hard centerfold as a matter of fact. And great looking piece, you know. So $80 for this one. True binaries are always a strong seller. We also have now our one. I believe this is our one and only 7 of a kind note, and it's with 5s. This one sold for, I believe, $125. I didn't even write all this down. I'm a bad host. Sorry about that, guys. But it's on a $10 bill, 2017A. They note gem as a condition, so this thing looks like it was BEP pack fresh. Looks pretty good, guys. No folds, no nothing. This thing is about as straight as anything else out there, I guess. Whatever that means. But yeah, very strong sale. Again, 5's not really your most popular number by fancy serial number collectors. But when you have them all in a row like that, and you have a 0 that caps it off, I mean, that's perfect. That's how you're going to make the most amount of money off of these. And we do have another 7 of a kind. So we have 2s and then a 1 at the end. This is actually a phenomenal sale. $179.50 with 30 bits on this 2017A $1 bill. And 7 2s, yeah, 7 in a row 2s right here. And yeah, it's a circulated note. 2s are a decent number. They're probably right up there with maybe 9s. 9s are a very popular note too, as far as in a row. And yeah, that's one of the stronger sales. Regarding a fancy that I've seen in quite some time. And I guess the big sale of the week has to be this one here. We talked about millions in my last video of this type a few days ago, like 4 days ago. Again, when you have any 1 or 2 numbers to start out a serial number and it just ends in all zeros, they call that millions notes. That's the fancy serial number term for these. And this is a 40 million fancy serial number. I think it's bomb. This thing is amazing. It's awesome. Sure, it's on a much older note. Looks like a 1969 20. This one I did not look at as far as... So we'll check out 130 point real quick. I'll do a little copy and paste. There we go. Almost there. Again, this is the website I like to use to check out best offer listings. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, sold for $400. My goodness, that's a strong sale. But check that out. That is a thing of beauty. Now, some of you are going to ask, Sean, would you grade something like this? Probably. If the grade's high, I would grade it. Like this would probably, there's a few little wrinkles here on the right, no centerfold. It would probably be like an AU55 note. Probably would earn itself EPQ, which is exceptional paper quality. It does have that though. Ooh. Yeah, maybe not. I don't know what that, it looks like a wax stain or something like that on the reverse. So, okay. Yeah, it's a great looking note, even with that stain on the reverse. You know, it's a keeper for sure. And that's going to be a note that's going to be more of a, I suppose, a little bit of a conversation piece, you know, for a fancy serial number collector. I know people like talking about things like these on like forum sites and whatnot. So yeah, that caps off our fancy serial number report for the week. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, this is yet another avenue for you guys to branch off and, you know, do some hunting. There's a lot out there. The brand new circulation of 2021 dated notes are finally hitting right now, after years of speculating of when when this was going to be the case. Now they are live in circulation, so there's going to be more fancy serial numbers to find. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video and the channel if you haven't done so already. And I hope you guys are having a great time collecting and being part of the hobby in this capacity, where you're just out there getting face value and looking for these big heavy hitters. There's a lot of them out there. They're not particularly rare unless you're looking for like ladders and things. But overall, it's a very fun exercise, and I've done it for a number of years and I have quite the collection of these things. So you guys take care, happy hunting, and I'll see you on the next coin video or currency video too. All right, see ya.